Hi guys, and welcome to Freckle Finance. Today I'm going to talk to you about my wedding registry experience. So I'm doing a wedding registry for my bridal shower, and I went this weekend to get it done. And since it's all fresh in my memory, I thought I would share with you my experience. It wasn't a very great one. It was okay, kind of like the actual picking out stuff was okay. But I just want to talk to you guys about what it was like dealing with the salespeople who were at the place to register. So we knew going in that they would try to get us to put things on a registry that we didn't necessarily want. I wasn't really expecting as badly pushy salespeople as I got, and I don't know that this is necessarily an experience that everyone has when they go to do registries, or people who are of similar minds like my boyfriend and I in regards to purchasing items. But they were just way more pushy than I expected. It put me in a bad mood. I'll go over it, but I ended up having to kind of get rude with them, and they backed off a lot afterwards. So anyone who's done a registry before will know the first step that happens, and for any of you who don't, I guess you'll learn now. So they take you into their little area where they have the registry started, and they take down your name and blah blah blah, and they go over all that stuff, and then they try to sell you plate sets or place settings. And they really push it so hard. They're like, oh, which plate do you like? And you pick it out and you're kind of like, okay, I'll just go with this. I should also say that they were extremely complimentary at the beginning of everything. They're like, oh, you like to cook? That's awesome. Like, you're marrying such an amazing girl, blah, blah, blah. Totally trying to hype me up. That doesn't really work on me, but it was kind of good at first until they realized that their tactics weren't working as well and didn't work on them, and they were pushy, like I said. So after a bit of deciding between me and my boyfriend, we picked out which plate set we liked the best, which was really the one that I picked out originally. And then they were going over the cost of it, and it ends up being like $600 for 12 place settings, and they insist like it needs to be 12 place settings because over the years you're going to drop it, and likely I would drop it, but that's not still a good argument to get 12 place settings and spend $600. And for us, $600 for one item on our wedding registry is just ridiculous. We don't think anyone would actually spend that much money on it, but they're really insisting and that we will regret it later, and everyone who hasn't put plates on their thing will regret it later. I feel like if I really want a dinner plate set later on, I will just buy it. I don't need to put it on my wedding registry to get it from people. And also, if I don't really want it, if I wouldn't pay for it myself, I should not put it on my wedding registry. As well, I'm just there to make a small registry for a bridal shower. Like, there's not going to be that many people there. $600 just for plates for a bridal shower wedding registry is just, it's a little excessive, like I said already. So eventually they get off the plates train. I'm sure they would have gone on to cutlery and wine glasses, etc., had we really been that into it. But we were like, no, we just want to get scanning. We just want to look and see what's available, and we will decide later. So we were looking through items, scanning a little bit here and there. And then, actually, I don't know if it would have happened had my boyfriend been there, but I think he went to the washroom or something. And the lady came over to me and she asked me how I was doing, and I'm like, oh, I'm doing great. I have 5 items scanned. And she looked at me and she was like, 5 items? Like, you need to be serious here. You've got to get stuff scanned. You got to make sure you have a wide variety of price ranges. And I was like, yeah, I already do. I had, like my one expensive item that I really want, a KitchenAid stand mixer. And then there was like lots of other more inexpensive items. If people want to spend more money than that, they can buy more than one item. I don't know. However, yeah, she tried to, I guess, say that I needed to put more on. So I explained to her that the way we view things is, for us, if we don't want to buy this, if we wouldn't seriously buy this item ourselves in the future, I'm not putting it on my wedding registry. I'm not going to get little knickknacks or whatever that I'm never going to use. It's a waste of their money, like my guest money. That's kind of disrespectful to other people's money to put stuff on a wedding registry just so someone can buy me it and not even use it. And I want to say, as a bit of an aside here, I feel like everyone should treat a wedding registry like this. You shouldn't be going into your registry thinking, look at all these items that people can buy me, oh, this and that, and just scanning things. Like, think about this. This is somebody else's hard-earned money that they're going to be spending on you, and you should have them buy you something that you will actually use. don't fall for these salespeople and their pushiness to put stuff on. They're just trying to make money for their company, and maybe they make commission. I didn't think these people made commission, at least at this store, but possibly they do, depending on how much of a registry gets bought. And now, here comes the best part. After I said my whole spiel about not wanting to have things that I wouldn't buy in my wedding registry, she told me, "You can't be logical about your wedding registry." Logical? I can't be logical, which basically means I'm just supposed to willy-nilly go scanning everything, putting everything on there, and just having people buy me whatever stuff. Like, I should be extremely logical about it. I should make sure that every item is something that I want. Now, it takes a bit more time probably to do a registry like that, but like I said earlier, I don't want to waste anybody's money on this. I want people to buy stuff that I will actually use. I don't want to waste their money. As well, I almost forgot. She also told me that they have to deal with complaints from people who complain that there's not enough of something in their price range that they want on the wedding registry, as if that's supposed to be my issue. Like, so if people complain to you, that's the person who's complaining issue. Like, don't tell me to put stuff on my registry that I don't want, because someone might complain to you that something that they wanted to buy someone isn't on the wedding registry. Like, I'm sorry, that sucks, I guess. So as I said, I got a little bit rude. I mean, I felt like kind of talking back to her like that's a little bit rude. It's probably really not considered rude. I felt a little bad about it, but not really. But basically, she continued to talk, and I literally just ignored her and walked away. And then we went on our merry way, scanned a bunch of other stuff until we were exhausted. We couldn't think. We basically were thinking, I don't want any of this stuff. And we decided that we were going to leave the store because we couldn't think anymore. We had been in the store way too long, probably wasting too much time on those plates, really. If we had not wasted our time on these plates, we probably would have not been nearly as tired by the end of it. So I personally feel with the registry, we have a decent amount of stuff. We have tons of price ranges. You know, we're not just like everything's really expensive or everything's really cheap. There's quite a lot of inexpensive stuff. There's middle of grain. There's basically only one expensive thing, the stand mixer. But anyways, and that's basically all. And honestly, people, if I don't get the stand mixer, I'm not going to be that upset. I can buy it later if I really wanted to. But, you know stand mixers are the people who love to cook. You just know. So then we were done. So we went and we handed in the scanner. They print out your registry for you and some card things to, I guess, put in invites or whatever. I'm not sure if we're using those, but we took them anyways. And then the lady, of course, looks over our list. This was a different lady. There was like 4 or 5 people we dealt with. Some of them were fine. The one lady at the beginning that was complimenting me and stuff, I never really had an issue with her. Plus she was complimenting me, right? But she tells us like, oh, there's not enough stuff. It's recommended that you have like X amount of items. And I don't understand how X amount of items means anything. Like if I have a bunch of cheap items and a bunch of expensive items, I don't know. I guess it's a recommendation they have. And we were about a third of that. However, I'm pretty comfortable with it. I don't think there's anything else that I would really want to have someone spend their money on. I also don't have like any storage space either. I live in a small condo. So, and that was it. So we left, we were exhausted, we were pretty annoyed, but we're done. I went and I reviewed my registry online and I added a few things that they didn't have in store to scan, but that was about all. So, I mean, I'm happy with my registry. I'm just not happy with the customer service kind of sales, pushy sales, people sales, tactics type of stuff. It probably didn't help that we were buying suits beforehand and they were pushy salespeople too. It's exhausting, right? But yeah, that was my registry. I still think it's probably good to have a registry, especially if people want to know what you want. You don't want people wasting their money buying you something that you don't want, you're going to return or anything like that. Some people might still get that stuff and you'll probably love what they get, or maybe you won't, I don't know. But yes, so I'm not saying you shouldn't get a wedding registry or anything like that. You should probably get a registry if you're going for that route. If you just want cash, probably don't get a registry and people will get the point. But yeah, just be warned, salespeople can be pushy if you don't go the traditional status quo. I love spending money and I just love collecting all sorts of items for absolutely no need whatsoever. I just have them so I can have them and pretend that I'm happy or whatever. So yes, that was my registry experience. As you can probably tell, I'm still a little frustrated about it. It was only 2 days ago, or no, it was yesterday. So there you go. But it'll be further than yesterday ago when you guys view this video. If you guys find these videos interesting, informative, and especially if you want to see more wedding related videos, please click subscribe, as I will be uploading videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Have a good day. Bye.